Alright guys, welcome back to What If Mr. Satan Was No Fraud. I hope you're enjoying these videos. I know I am. And did you like the Captain Ginyu saga in the last video? Please let me know. With all that being said, let's start the video. We cut to Champa as Champa walks onto Beerus' world. Beerus looks at us and says, "What do you want?" "What do I want? All the gods heard about it. You were fighting some human. You could have destroyed my and your universe." That's how powerful he was. I want to truly witness this power, and I think I have someone even stronger. Beerus says, "No one's stronger than Mr. Satan, except for me." Champa begins to laugh. "That's where you're wrong, Lord Beerus, because I got someone even more powerful. We should have a tournament, and the winner gets the Super Dragon Balls." Beerus then smirks, saying, "Deal," as him and Champa began to laugh at each other. And then Champa showed him an egg of the 6th universe and was humiliated because Universe 7 has better food. And he got mad and left. So he told Goku and Vegeta to recruit Mr. Satan and the others. We cut to Mr. Satan. He was training just like normal. However, Goku and Vegeta would both fly down to him and explain the rules of a tournament. Mr. Satan would be intrigued. He remembered Whis mentioning something about another universe when they were both fighting that could destroy both universes, but he didn't think the news would be relevant this quickly. Mr. Satan nodded and agreed to join the tournament with Majin Buu. As Goku and Vegeta both went off with Mr. Satan, they also picked Piccolo, and they went off to the tournament. They all went off to the Universe 6 and 7 tournament. They all realized something. There was Saiyans in the 6th universe. Vegeta and Goku began to talk to Cabba, but Mr. Satan kept looking at Frost. He reminded him of Frieza. And, well, something about him just didn't sit right. It felt off. He just didn't really know what to say. However, Mr. Satan would quickly snap out of it once he realized that the tournament was about to begin. Mr. Satan was first, and he fought against Botamu. As Botamu began to laugh, looking at him, "This is who I'm against?" Mr. Satan walked up, and he said, "Begin!" Botamu pointed at his belly and said, "Hit me." Mr. Satan said, "Oh, so you absorb ki. I don't think you should do this. Even if you absorb energy, my attacks have so much energy you'll be knocked out of the ring instantly." Botamu then begins to laugh. "You really think I'll fall for that? That's just a bluff, so I drop out. You must be aware of my ability, so you must be aware you can't win. It's such a tragic event that all your potential has to go to waste." But then, Mr. Satan just punched him and knocked him out of the ring instantly. He said, "I told you, chump. The champ never lies or never bluffs." Everyone looks there. Universe 6 is a bit shocked, but hits like, not that powerful. But Universe 7, is just expecting it. The next match is Mr. Satan versus Frost. As the battle began, Mr. Satan said, "You want to donate that money to charity, right?" Frost said, "Yeah." "Well, I'm rich myself. Since I'm going to beat you, I'll donate some money to charity." He goes, "That's so nice, my friend." And Mr. Satan was sensing something. He still had his guard up around him, so he decided to get him out as soon as possible. So he punched him as he flew right off the ring, but Frost was able to grab onto it with his tail and drag himself back up before he was eliminated. Then Frost transformed straight into his final form, saying, "I know you're strong, Mr. Satan, but I'm stronger." Mr. Satan said, "We'll see about that, chump." As Frost punched him with all of his might, Mr. Satan easily blocked it and began to laugh. "Is that all you got?" Frost said, "No." As then he punched him again, and Mr. Satan began to kick him, as he almost fell off the ring again, barely clinging on, but suddenly Mr. Satan walked up to him and began to pass out. As he woke up, he was on the stands. Frost poisoned him. Everyone looked onwards, and Universe 7 was shocked that they beat Mr. Satan. The next match was Piccolo versus Frost. As they were fighting, eventually Mr. Satan would wake up and look around. As Beerus said, "I can't believe you lost. You let your guard down." "No, I didn't. He cheated. He cheated!" he would scream. "The only way the champ would lose if someone cheated." Frost looked at him and said, Now, no need to play spoiled sport. I fought fair and square." "It's not true," he said, angry. Most people were thinking Mr. Satan was losing his mind, but Vegeta believed him. "Look, Mr. Satan wouldn't lie. If he cheated, he cheated." Beerus said, "I think you're going crazy." As they were all watching, but eventually Piccolo would pass out too, and Mr. Satan would say, "I saw him use a needle." The referee would check him out and prove that he used a needle, and that would get Mr. Satan back on the team. So Mr. Satan would yell, "Hey, let me fight Frost, Green Man." Piccolo would look up and say, "Are you sure about this?" "Yes, I need to beat him for my honor." The referee says, "But he's out. I don't care. Keep him in. I'm gonna beat him, even with those tricks they have." Piccolo agreed as he jumped off the stage, and suddenly Mr. Satan jumped down and got onto the stage. As suddenly, Frost looked at him. "Now that you know I'm cheating, you think you can beat me? All it took was a little trick to get you down, and you're supposed to be the greatest man ever. The greatest man of Universe 7, the man who took on Lord Beerus himself. And you know what you are? You're just a showman. You're just a man who likes to show off with all of his power. You don't actually think." Mr. Satan says, "Don't tell me who I am." As suddenly, he punched him off the ring right from the get-go, so fast and hard he didn't even get up. Mr. Satan said, "You know, I could have beat you down. I could have tortured you. I could have punished you. I could have got revenge. That's what you would have done, but I didn't, and that's what separates me from you. Revenge gets you nothing, petty tricks get you nothing, and cheating gets you nothing in life. Learn that, chump," Mr. Satan said as he spit on Frost. Frost got up annoyed and walked away, as suddenly the next match was Mr. Satan versus Cabba. Cabba then looked at Mr. Satan as Mr. Satan took a battle stance and began to smirk. Well, it's you, Cabba. Well, turn Super Saiyan." "Super what now?" Cabba said, really confused. "I said turn Super Saiyan. It's the only way you can compete with me." Cabba said, "I'm sorry, but I don't know what Super Saiyan is." Mr. Satan looked at Cabba, extremely annoyed as he sighed. "Listen, boy, if you don't know what it is, then..." Mr. Satan thought that he could teach him. He could brutalize him, torture him, to make him angry enough to become a Super Saiyan, but he couldn't do it. He looked at Vegeta and said, "Vegeta, can you train him after this?" Vegeta looked down and said, "Yeah, I can train him." "Alright, good. After this, go to Universe 7, you'll get trained." Cabba says, "Thank you. Now let's start." Cabba then charged at Mr. Satan and began to punch him. But no matter what he did, Mr. Satan didn't move a budge, and then he blasted Ki Blast at him. Mr. Satan yawned and said, "I never understood why people would do Ki Blasts. They're so artificial. Real power doesn't come from fancy Ki Blast, kid." Cabba would look up and say, "What does it come from then?" Mr. Satan would just laugh. "This dynamite punch," as he punched him straight off the ring. Cabba was defeated, but he was excited to train under Vegeta. The next match was Mr. Satan versus Vegeta. "Chugga, chugga, chugga, chugga," Mr. Satan heard. As he looked, it was a giant robot, a metal man, who jumped down and was ready to fight. Mr. Satan goes, "All right, metal against metal. Let's see if your metal can stand up to these guns," Mr. Satan said as he showed off his muscles. Vegeta looked down at him. He was a bit scared. After all, Mr. Satan was the guy who fought Lord Beerus and easily defeated everyone else in the tournament. Vegeta fought bravely and began to spit lava blast after lava blast. But Mr. Satan didn't even dodge it. He just stood there as it hit him right in the face and did nothing. He began to laugh. "Thank you. I was getting a bit cold. You warmed me up." Champa would see this and begin to yell, "How is this possible? How is someone so strong? He took lava to the face and just laughed?" "Ah!" Champa yelled as Beerus laughed. "Oh, is my little brother upset?" "Shut up!" Champa would look down and say, "Hey, you better take him down, Vegeta. Take him down now." Vegeta nodded as he began to swing at Mr. Satan, punching him, shooting him with lava, with everything he had. "Chugga, chugga, chugga," he screamed, but it did nothing. As Mr. Satan looked up and said, "Your metal is no match for the power of pure muscle," as Mr. Satan kicked Vegeta, sending him off the ring. After he was kicked off the ring, suddenly, it was time for him to fight Hit. Hit looked at him, excited. He usually doesn't get excited when he fights since he's so powerful, but seeing how powerful this man was, it motivated him to push himself further. As he walked up to him, he simply smirked. "Are you ready?" Mr. Satan nodded. As suddenly, he did a time skip, hitting him with all of his pressure points, but Mr. Satan didn't even budge. Hit looked shocked. "How is that possible? I hit you in every pressure point." Mr. Satan said, "Doesn't matter where you hit me. If you're still too weak, you can't even push me. An ant can't push a mountain." This angered Hit, as Hit pushed his time skip even further, but it did nothing. He time skipped again and again and again and again, but no matter what he did, he didn't even move a muscle. He merely laughed and said, "If you want to see true power, this is real power." And he turned superhuman. As suddenly, Hit shook in fear, as the power was so much it knocked him right off the ring. And Mr. Satan was the victor. He took on every opponent and easily beat them, because he was the champ. And that's going to leave things off. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Sorry I've been uploading later than usual, family's here and all that stuff, but I'll still try to upload the best I can, and I love you all.